Sophie Cunningham reacts to Angel Reese's Victoria's Secret debut with Runway confession, "Please, plea us." Cunningham begged her agents after Reese's viral strut. Angel Reese set the internet on fire after walking the runway for Victoria's Secret. But it was her off-court sister-in-style, Sophie Cunningham, who stole the next moment with a fashion confession fans didn't see coming. Turns out, the Indiana Fever guard has had high fashion dreams since second grade, and she wants in. Sophie wants that VS spotlight. Angel walked in it and she killed it. Like, absolutely killed it, Cunningham gushed on her podcast Show Me Something. The Missouri-born baller wasn't just fangirling, she was manifesting. Moments after Reese's Versus strut went viral, Cunningham says she was texting her agents, "Please, plea us. This has been a dream of mine since second grade." That's right. Long before she was diving for loose balls and defending Caitlin Clark on the hardwood, Sophie was imagining wings, heels, and the spotlight of a glittering catwalk. No boobs, no problem? Cunningham isn't blind to the brand's glam standards. "I don't really have the boobs," she joked, but confidence? She's got it. And in today's Versus universe, where diverse beauty is finally being embraced, that bold, athletic energy might be exactly what the brand needs. The playful tone and real girl vibe Cunningham brings adds a different flavor to the conversation around sports and style. Reese's confident walk showed the world that WNBA stars can crush both courts and catwalks. Cunningham seems ready to be next, more than a pretty face. This isn't Sophie Cunningham's first viral moment. The 6-foot guard has been in the spotlight all season, first for a high-profile scuffle defending teammate Caitlin Clark, then for her candid interviews, off-court style, and charismatic social presence. She's become known for mixing tough plays with even tougher opinions, and now high heels? She's not shy about embracing femininity while being a physical force on the court. And that's what makes this runway dream land so well with fans. Fashion crossover era? With the WNBA riding a wave of cultural relevance and viewership growth, the timing couldn't be better for stars like Cunningham and Reese to branch into fashion. Whether it's a bikini drop on Instagram or a designer collab, fans are eating it up. Cunningham's mix of grit, glamour, and humor may just make her the next perfect runway wildcard. From defending teammates to dreaming in stilettos, Sophie Cunningham is proving there's more than one way to be a powerhouse. And if Victoria's Secret is listening, make room on the runway. There's a Fever star ready to heat it up. Sophie Cunningham has never been one to hold back her opinions, whether on the court or off it. Known for her fiery energy and unapologetic authenticity, the Phoenix Mercury star once again captured attention when she reacted to Angel Reese's stunning Victoria's Secret runway debut. The LSU legend and WNBA rookie, who's quickly building her own brand empire, strutted down the runway with confidence, grace, and a touch of defiance, the kind that says, "I belong here." When Reese took that walk, social media lit up. Celebrities, fans, and athletes flooded the internet with reactions, but Cunningham stood out. Her response wasn't just another congratulatory comment. It came with a confession that revealed something deeper about the intersection of sports, beauty, and self-confidence. The moment that sparked it all. Angel Reese has always had a flair for the dramatic, not in the negative sense, but in the main character energy that makes people stop scrolling. When she appeared in the Victoria's Secret fashion event, she did more than model lingerie. She represented a shift in how women athletes are viewed. She wasn't just the Bayou Barbie. She was a symbol of power, femininity, and self-expression. Cunningham, scrolling through her feed that night, couldn't ignore it. The sight of a fellow WNBA athlete stepping into such a global spotlight hit her differently. She reposted the clip to her Instagram story with a mix of admiration and reflection. "Man, I remember being told we couldn't show this side of ourselves," Sophie wrote. "Seeing Angel out there owning it? I love it. Makes me think of what I used to hide." Sophie's runway confession. In a follow-up interview, Cunningham elaborated on that moment. Her confession wasn't about jealousy or comparison, it was about her journey towards self-acceptance. "I grew up thinking you had to pick one lane," she admitted. "You could either be tough and athletic or feminine and sexy, but never both." Watching Angel walk with confidence, embracing her body and her power, made me realize how much of myself I used to tone down. It was a vulnerable revelation. Cunningham, often celebrated for her grit and edge, was peeling back a layer few had seen before. For her, the runway moment wasn't just fashion, it was freedom. I used to get nervous about dressing up or doing photo shoots, she continued. People would say, "Sophie, stick to basketball." But why can't we do both? Why can't we be strong and glamorous? Angel Reese's impact beyond the court. Reese's debut didn't just spark applause, it reignited a broader conversation about how female athletes are perceived. For decades, women in sports have been placed inside rigid boxes: play hard, stay humble, don't distract. Reese, however, has shattered that mold with the same energy she brings to rebounding battles in the paint. She embraces her femininity unapologetically, with lashes, nails, and confidence on full display. To some, it's bold. To others, it's revolutionary. To Cunningham, it's liberating. "What Angel's doing is what we've all wanted to do," Sophie said. "She's showing that beauty and competitiveness aren't opposites, they're parts of the same fire." That sentiment resonated deeply with fans who followed both players' journeys. Cunningham's fiery playstyle and outspoken personality, paired with Reese's unapologetic confidence, represent a new era in women's sports, one where athletes control their own narratives. From hardwood to high fashion. It's easy to forget that basketball players, especially those in the WNBA, are multidimensional. Off the court, many juggle modeling, brand partnerships, community work, and personal passions. Cunningham, for instance, has hinted that she'd love to explore more off-court ventures, and Reese's success might just have lit that spark. When asked if she'd ever consider her own fashion moment, Sophie laughed but didn't rule it out. "I don't know about Victoria's Secret," she said with a grin. "But a runway with some sneakers and confidence? I could do that." She paused before adding, "Angel made it look effortless, and that's inspiring. Maybe it's time to step out of our comfort zones a little more." A turning point for women's sports. The Cunningham-Reese moment goes beyond two players. It's symbolic of where women's sports are heading. The days when athletes had to dim their personalities to fit a certain image are fading fast. Now, authenticity is the image. Brands, fans, and media outlets are finally catching up to what players like Reese and Cunningham have always known. Athleticism and femininity coexist beautifully. Social media has played a massive role in that shift. The viral clip of Reese's runway debut drew millions of views, but Cunningham's honest reaction turned it into a conversation, one that stretched across Twitter threads, podcasts, and locker rooms. You can see the ripple effect.